return from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go. Sunday.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. This defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. He's got room at the 30. Still going. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. But CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side.
Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Wentz. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And here's Taylor on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this one's incomplete. The Packers hit 9-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. That means they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And some space here. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Packers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
On play action, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have moved out in front. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wentz. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. From midfield, here's Wentz. Man open, it's St. Brown, he's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. On play action, it's Wentz. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, They picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
They'll try it now with Swift. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. On 1st down, Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Working from the gun, Wentz.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. This one caught by Isabella.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Wins to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Throwing on first is Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that goes to the goal line. If you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first three, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last on Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. They'll find Lazard here over the middle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's free going down the left outside. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Hey, take 26.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Rodgers will try again on second down.
Finds Lazard quickly on the slant.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards, first down Packers. Throwing now is Rodgers. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Rodgers with a keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Play action. Now Wentz. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And this one too low.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And they get the guard, John Runyon. And again, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, and that's caught by Rodgers.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll try the right side with Jones. And some room to work. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones
with his third touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Packers have got it on cruise control.
Extra point up and through. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here taken in by Isabella.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to the running game with Swift.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose,
he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 17, Rodgers.
Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones.
Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. The bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That ball complete to Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
This offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. Here's Wentz to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw is Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They run with Jones on 1st down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now Wentz.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Scoring game, Charles, offenses than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Green Bay, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.